A company that makes more money when you fail to pay them on time has somehow convinced an entire generation that it's the smartest way to shop. It's in nearly every checkout page you've ever scrolled past. It feels free, it feels harmless, it even feels responsible because you're avoiding interest. But there's a number the industry doesn't advertise. 1 in 5 people who use this payment method end up paying a late fee within the first year. And most of them have no idea they were ever at risk. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly how this system is designed to make you spend more than you planned, how it quietly affects your credit without you noticing, and the one thing wealthy people almost never do that the rest of us do constantly. Stick around, because the final piece of this puzzle is the part almost nobody talks about, and it changes how you'll see every purchase you make from now on. Let's start with a pitch, because it sounds harmless. Split your purchase into 4 payments. No interest, no fees. Just tap a button at checkout instead of typing in your card number. A $200 jacket becomes 4 payments of $50. A $600 laptop becomes 4 payments of $150. It feels like you found a loophole, like you're outsmarting the price tag. But here's what almost nobody stops to ask. Why would a company let you delay payment, take on the risk of you not paying, and charge you nothing for it? The answer is, they don't make their money from you paying on time. They make it from you not paying on time, and from merchants who pay a premium for every transaction. That second part matters more than people realize. Buy now. Pay later providers charge retailers a fee of anywhere from 2 to 8% per sale. That's significantly higher than a typical credit card transaction fee. So why would a retailer agree to that? Because the data shows something retailers love. People spend more when payment feels smaller. A study cited by several BNPL providers themselves found that average order values increase by 30 to 50% when this payment option is available at checkout. Read that again. The same person, looking at the same store, spends nearly half as much again just because the payment was broken into pieces. This is where the real story begins. There's a psychological effect researchers call payment decoupling. It's the gap between the moment you enjoy something and the moment you feel the pain of paying for it. When you hand over cash, your brain registers the loss immediately. It hurts a little. That's actually a good thing, because it makes you think twice. But when you split a purchase into 4 payments spread across 6 weeks, your brain barely registers it as spending at all. It feels more like a subscription than a purchase. And here's the unexpected part. This isn't an accident of convenience, it's the entire design. The smaller the individual payment feels, the easier it is to say yes. Not just once, but repeatedly. Across multiple apps, multiple purchases, multiple plans running at the same time. This is where the trap actually closes. Picture someone, we'll call her Maya, a 7-year-old in Manchester, using one app to split a $90 pair of shoes. Then a different app for a $150 phone case bundle. Then a third for groceries during a tight week. Each individual payment feels small. $20 here, $35 there. None of it feels alarming in isolation. But by the end of the month, Maya has 4 separate payment plans running simultaneously, totaling $310 coming out in automatic withdrawals she didn't fully track. This is called loan stacking, and a growing body of research shows it's becoming common, especially among users under 35. Multiple plans, multiple providers, no single place that shows the full picture. Traditional credit cards show you one statement, one number, one moment of reckoning each month. BNP plans don't talk to each other. There's no unified dashboard warning you that you've committed to more than your paycheck can handle until the payments start failing. And when they fail, that's when the real cost reveals itself. Miss a payment, and most providers charge a late fee, often between $7 and $35 depending on the provider and the country. That sounds survivable. But here's the detail most people miss entirely. Some plans compound. Miss the next one too, and you're not just paying one late fee. You're paying it on top of an outstanding balance that's still accruing. In the UK, a report from a financial conduct watchdog found that nearly 40% of BNPL users had missed at least one payment. In the US, similar studies put the number even higher among users aged 18 to 25. This isn't a small flaw in the system. This is the system working exactly as designed for a meaningful percentage of its users. But the most damaging part isn't the fee at all. It's what happens to your credit file. For years, BNPL providers marketed themselves as having no impact on your credit score. And technically, for the first missed payment, that was often true. But that's only part of the story. In late 2024 and through 2025, major credit bureaus in the US and UK began incorporating buy now, pay later data into credit reports. Multiple active plans, even ones paid on time, can now appear as open credit lines. This means something most users never expected. Having too many BNPL plans, even ones you're managing fine, can lower the credit score you'll need later for a car loan, a mortgage, or renting an apartment. The exact thing marketed as credit-friendly is starting to show up as a red flag to the institutions that decide your financial future. And here's the twist almost nobody sees coming. The people least likely to use these plans are often the people who could most easily afford to. Look at how high-income households actually behave. Surveys consistently show that wealthier consumers use BNPL services at a much lower rate, and when they do, it's typically for large one-time purchases like furniture or electronics paid off in full, on schedule, used as a cash flow tool rather than a coping mechanism. Meanwhile, the heaviest users tend to be people using BNPL for everyday essentials. Groceries, utility bills, fast food, in some documented cases. This is the quiet difference between using debt strategically and using debt to survive. It's not about willpower, it's about exposure. The more these tiny payments multiply across someone's life, the more their entire financial picture becomes invisible to them. You can't manage what you can't see all at once. So, is this entire industry a trap with no exit? Not exactly, and this is where the hopeful part comes in. The same payment structure that creates risk can be used with intention instead of impulse. The difference comes down to 3 habits that separate strategic users from struggling ones. First, treat every BNPL plan like it's already spent money. The moment you commit to it, subtract the full amount from your mental budget immediately, not when the payments are due. Second, never run more than one active plan at a time. If you're paying off a previous purchase, that's your signal to wait, not your signal to find a different provider. Third, set a personal rule that BNPL is only for planned purchases, never for groceries, never for bills, and never for anything you'd be embarrassed to pay for in cash. That last point matters more than it sounds. If a purchase doesn't feel comfortable paying up front, splitting it into pieces doesn't change whether you can afford it. It only changes whether you notice. Here's the final piece of the puzzle most people never see coming, the same one that started this whole video. The reason this system spreads so effortlessly isn't because people are careless, it's because the entire experience is engineered to remove the moment of hesitation that normally protects you from overspending. That tiny pause before swiping a credit card, that small mental math when handing over cash. That's not friction getting in your way, that's the safeguard. Buy now, pay later doesn't just split your payment, it splits your awareness. And the businesses behind it profit precisely when that awareness disappears. The good news is that once you can see the mechanism, it loses its power over you. Awareness is the one thing this entire system depends on you not having. You don't need to avoid these tools forever, you just need to use them with your eyes open instead of letting the design make the decision for you. So tell me, have you ever had multiple pay later plans running at the same time without realizing how much they added up to? Drop it in the comments, I'd genuinely like to know how common this really is.